Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the conclusion of today's action-packed episode of Roll20 Presents Apocalypse World.
It's been a really good episode.
It's been a really good episode. We're doing some good shit today. We're making inroads on this fiction. So we fade out on Tynant and Brace, and what needs to be done, Huron and Ferris, before Scab can be convinced of the error of her ways?
What needs to be done?
Yeah, I'm giving y'all an opportunity to like prepare, but assume what I want to do is the actual scene, unless there's like rolls that need to be made before, and the actual scene will start in Ferris's like lab with Scab tied to the table.
That's the plan. Well, but the stuff that I do before that is just making sure that the space is ready. You know, like I come back to Ferris's like fairly quickly after I've delivered my various messages and acquired my gear.
Yeah. So Huron, you come back to Ferris's after a while, right? Cobra's been removed. Ferris, you're preparing, I presume.
Yeah, like from Nepekin's input, I get the feeling that some weird shit is gonna go down, like even weirder than normal. So we talked about as well, and I don't think there's a conversation that needs to be had. I've set up some recording devices as well, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna like make sure it's clean. There's not already existing blood infused with nanites, because it's not my job at the moment to do that to this particular person.
Yeah, I mean that was my thing. Like I would clean it if there's like blood on the table, you know, whether it be from what's his name, Cobra, or previous, you know. I would make sure we're clean. Lay out my tools and sort of like try and attune myself to the space. You know, like when you're working in a new environment and you're just like, oh, this is a little weird, but I got to do my best anyway, kind of thing.
Yeah, they don't use the same keyboard and mouse as you.
Yeah.
So you, I mean, so before, when you get there, Huron, outside Ferris's door, sitting in front of the actual door, is a cardboard box, about like, I don't know, a foot to a side, sealed with like yellowing, like packing tape. Has no markings on it. You just notice it outside when you arrive.
I knock on the door and tell Ferris that they have a package.
And I assume none of them have been like this obvious before?
Yeah, no, this is just like a present. It's like a box with tape on it and everything.
Ooh, how exciting. If you could just bring that in with you. Just...
Yep, I pick it up and I bring it in.
Okay.
Hand it over.
All right. Yeah, it's relatively light. It doesn't feel like it has anything like super heavy in it when it's handed to you.
Okay. Really? Ferris is like very, very torn, very curious, but also I think in a weird, like very, as we've set it up, kind of opposite way, Ferris is very less and trying to be considerate of the fact that he has asked Heron to like do what he was supposed to do for Trench. So he's just trying to be like helpful. He's like, there anything you need?
Okay, so it's like, this is the thing for you, but you're busy with things for me right now, kind of thing. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, trying to be. You've told us that we're friends, so I'm trying to do that.
Yes, I have.
In as much as I understand it.
Good. Any sign of the goons?
No, Doom is around, but she was probably like outside smoking or something when you first got here.
Okay. All right. I guess that's kind of it before the scene. Like the setup is it's all just like me preparing for my delivery, so to speak.
Okay.
I want to open the box. I want to open the box.
So you like go in the other room and give Heron some space to like get attuned, and then you open the box?
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically meditating, so you've got time.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to open the box.
All right. So inside the box, there's a bunch of like crumpled up newspaper as like packing.
Okay.
And then underneath that is like a plastic, like a clear plastic envelope, kind of about yay big, full of some clear fluid. It's a fluid-filled envelope. It's got a little like screw-on like spout thing at the bottom, and it's got a loop at the top.
I need to analyze that shit. I need to talk to it. I need to find out what it is. What are you?
Okay. Yeah, you wanna speak to it?
I want to speak to it. What are you? Finger.
Oh yeah, such speaking.
I love it. Talking to drugs, talking to whatever this is.
Ferris's best friends: a chunk of drugs and a bag full of fluid. All right, what would you like to know?
What has been done most recently with this or to this?
So the thing, you examine it, and a video feed kind of emerges into your field of view. Right, you're able to assess the like, the particle matter on it, and like by whatever strange maelstrom means, you're able to view a thing, and you see Nipperkin. You see Nipperkin out in the wastes. You see these big, piles of machinery. You recognize the landscape as like the dying grounds, and there's a huge, like sort of humanoid shaped, like robotic form, long dead, kind of hanging over like an overhang. Its chest kind of creating a ceiling over Nipperkin. It's got this kind of vaguely skeletal like form. It's not meant to look anthropomorphic, but it does have like arms and a head. Its torso kind of disappears into the general mass, and then it's got like a row on its chest of like some are still intact, but most are like torn or like rotted away, of like rubber, like teats, essentially, like huge sort of plastic, like fluid vessels. And Nipperkin is like hunched underneath one, like milking it into a bucket. And this like clear fluid is like filling this bucket. The empty envelope is lying near him.
You don't say.
That's what's been done to this most recently.
Blue Jay's face always gets me every single time. Blue Jay's face is like the perfect face.
You know,
I'm sorry,
Japanese,
I'm just very expressive.
in Japanese television, how they always have the like reaction cam in the corner because it's very important for you to know how other people are reacting to it. That's just Blue Jay the whole time.
Okay. Right, so I know who handled this last. I know. I'm interested. I think who made this is not obviously Nipperkin.
No, Nipperkin harvested it, but it was not made.
Yeah. Who made it?
You wanna know who made this?
Yeah.
I don't know how best to communicate this to you.
The Umbrella Corporation. Wayne County.
I mean, I think the thing is, this fluid is part of a grander survival mechanism, crafted to ensure the resurgence of a peoples who once underwent a genocide, a terrible genocide. This mother's milk is here to nourish the fetal like life of this people. So some ancient protector in times past. Yeah.
All right. Final question. I get 3.
Yes.
So I guess the best way for wording this is what's wrong with it and how might I fix it? I think that's the intention here.
Yeah. It requires a catalytic agent. It requires, like, it's in its dormant state, but needs a specific collection of chemicals to sort of kickstart it, to flush it through to its intended purpose. And I think for you, all that occurs to you as you hold it in your hand is you just look up, and the camera, we get a focal change, and we just see the block of drugs sitting on the counter.
Perfect.
The robot gods smile upon you, Ferris.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. I just like, I think very uncharacteristically, you hear from the other room, Heron, you hear like this like high pitched like buzzing sound that's almost like laughter from Ferris.
I stand up from where I was sitting, looking, just gazing at the small table containing all of my tools laid out in a very specific manner. I stand up and I walk out to the other room, and I look at you, just like, it's that look that is like, what is going on? You know?
Oh, it's just going to be very interesting around here soon. I'm very happy that we had this opportunity to meet. And honestly, I've not been this excited. I'm sorry for distracting you. If you could carry on. Is there anything you need? Anything I can do for you?
No, everything's fine. It's a waiting game. I'm glad you're enthused.
Oh, yes.
And I sort of like turn and head back into the room and wait. It's one of those things where it's like the person nearby is very excited and happy, and I'm sort of nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as I said, unwilling participants are not my usual foray.
Yeah. Okay.
So I wait for my victim to be delivered.
Sure. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I mean, I don't think it takes too long. You hear Doom have a conversation with some people outside. There's some voices outside your house, muffled voices having a conversation, and then Doom pushes the door open, and yeah, two people come in. Fluffy and Fluffy and Scab. Scab is unconscious, and Fluffy's kind of like got her like with her arm over her shoulder and is like kind of dragging her in. And they bring Scab in, and she looks like she's been like injured recently. Like she's a black eye that's just starting to sort of turn purple. She's got like some matted blood in her hair on the back of her head. And Fluffy brings her in and puts her down on the couch, just kind of like drops her, and he's like breathing hard. And you notice that he's got his right hand, like his whole hand is bandaged, and the bandage is still is like soaked through with like fresh blood. And he like dumps her on the couch, and then Trench walks in behind her, behind them. And he looks up at he looks around. He's never been to your place before, has he, Ferris?
No, Trench himself, I don't think would have any reason.
Yeah, he would never have any reason to come here. So he takes this like long, obvious like look around at all the strange things in your house, and then turns to look at you and just goes, "How very interesting." And then he turns to Heron and he says, "I brought you something, my dear," and gestures to Scab, lying dazed. Like she's not lucid, like she's kind of in and out of consciousness. You hear her mumbling and kind of like rolling her head around a little bit. She seems really, really drunk, but she's just been like knocked over the head with something hard and is kind of waning in and out of consciousness.
So I can see, beautiful one. Please, there's a table in the other room. Put her down there, I say, looking at Fluffy.
Yeah, Fluffy goes to
new bandage, I notice.
Yeah, Fluffy goes to pick her up, and Trench puts his hand out, and he's like, "Let me." And he scoops her up, and he's really strong. Like Fluffy was struggling to like bring her in, and he just like lifts her up, no problem. And he says to Scab as he brings her into the other room, he says, "Oh, you're in for such a surprise," and takes her into your room.
I follow Trench into the room, and is there any kind of separation between the rooms, Ferris, like a door or anything like that?
There's like a medical curtain.
I pull it behind me, to provide as much privacy as possible.
Okay, so who's on the inside and who's on the outside?
Trench would be on the inside with Scab in his arms, and I would be on the inside.
Okay, and Ferris, are you in there?
And there's recording equipment.
Yes.
So
I guess Ferris, you're in the room whether you're in the room or not.
I really want to be, but if I get pushed out,
it's one of those things where I did say, like, to you initially that I wanted to do this my way,
I think we should try and push it though. I think.
Okay.
It would be really, really useful to my research if I could check this out. I mean, please, it's only a little thing. I'd be really quiet. I can be really quiet. Do you want to let me look? Because
I sort of. You can. You know what? Roll.
I mean, the question is, Heron,
roll
do you
manipulate. Roll
need to be
manipulate against me
manipulated? Yeah.
because I'm not entirely sure that I would say yes, but I'm willing to be convinced.
Look at these fuckers farming XP. Yeah, you should manipulate me so I can get a point of experience.
Not
from you.
at all.
No, it's perfect. It's fine. You're playing the game correctly. That wasn't a dig. That was like good work.
Okay, so you like it would be really useful to me. Yeah, I'm your friend and stuff, and I'm just like, sure, like, come in.
And I think what it is that does it is like you're probably kind of like skeptical. It sounds like, and I kind of put a hand on your shoulder and like leaning quite close, and there's just kind of like this nice tingle that spreads out like from your arm, like from where I touched it, and then you're just like, yeah, actually that wouldn't be that bad.
Okay, so you mark experience, Heron. So
I don't know if I like that particular manipulate, because that just seems like you drugged me, which is like not what I would let happen at all. But
oh no,
okay.
I think it's just a very small like electrostatic shock.
Yeah, like rubbing
That's
your
why-
feet on the
Oh,
carpet.
okay.
Kind of thing, yeah.
All right, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would definitely make you as a person aware I was going to be more hard on that.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I sort of bring you inside the curtain as well, and I leave the goons outside.
Well, it's funny because it's only Fluffy, right? It's like, everybody get out, by which I mean, everybody get out. Now you stay. Fluffy, get out of here. Close the curtain.
I mean, and Doom, right? If Doom's there.
Yeah, no, Doom's outside. Doom's watching the door.
Well, there you go. So I'm assuming that Trench lays Scab down
Mm-hmm. Yep.
on the table,
Mm-hmm.
and I sort of move past him almost, like if he steps back from there, and start like doing.
He's very good. He's very good at standing out of the way. Like he steps into sort of the back corner and just becomes like a statue, just like quiet and still.
Yeah. And I start like doing the like leather restraints on the arms and legs, and where I think things are going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Because she's like semi-conscious, I imagine this isn't too much of a problem.
She's starting to wake up as you put the restraints on.
Yeah,
her.
that's sort of what I hoped. And I turn to Trench at this point, and I say, "It isn't often I do these things on the unwilling. Do we want her to survive?"
I want you only to do what you always do, Heron. Find the truth buried within. If she dies, so be it. She will die beautiful.
And that seems to reassure, like those words specifically, like seem to reassure Heron. And she moves over to, I move over to the, it's so weird to be doing something like this horrible in the first person. I move over to the table and I grab my like ornate dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And I sort of shake Scab a little bit, see if I can like wake her up.
Yeah, she goes from unconscious to like there's a moment of like, wait, what's going on? Where am I? To realizing that she can't move, to realizing she can't move and you're there and you have a knife and who you are, and she sees Trench, and that's when she starts to like pull on the restraints, and like she goes through that process very quickly.
So she's struggling against the restraints that are holding her.
Mm-hmm.
I lean in like close to her and I go, shh, calm down. Because I don't want to make a mistake.
So she starts off angry, right? So it starts off with like what the fuck, you maniac, get away from me, like trying to intimidate you, like shouting and like it's all sort of like bluster right now.
I don't let any of that bluster like stop me from talking. Like she's talking over me, but I'm saying these things to her, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ruin what could be beautiful, what could be important. If you struggle against me, it will be worse. Accept the fact that you are going to go through some things here. And on the other side, you will come out better, stronger, more resilient. Struggling will only make it worse.
Okay.
This is all before I make like a cut, you know?
Totally. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So do you want to try to manipulate her into like,
yeah, I basically
changing
want
her
to, I'm
attitude?
basically trying to threaten her with like, it's going to hurt more if I have to do shit to stop you moving, you know?
Okay.
All right. So let me manipulate.
Nice. Okay. So she goes from like anger to, let's see, on a 10 plus with an NPC, they'll go along with you unless some. All right. So she goes from being like angry to realizing what's happening, that she's not going to like manipulate you, like intimidate you into letting her go. I think that she starts like begging you to let her go first. She's like, it goes from being like, I have friends and they're going to find you and they're going to kill you. And we're going to kill everybody you know. We're going to burn this place down. Like, I will stop at nothing to destroy you. And then she realizes like, yeah, but right now you're not going to stop. Like, that's not going to work. And so she starts saying like begging you to stop. Like, you don't have to do this. Like, I can pay you. I can pay you whatever Trent is paying you. I can double it, triple it. You'll live in luxury forever.
When she moves from like anger to pleading,
yeah,
I sort of put the knife down, like with the rest of the tools that she gifted me.
Yeah, and when you put it down, we only see a shot of like your hand placing the knife, and we see Nipperkin, his like, you know, bandaged and torn fingers just like caressing the scalpels like lovingly, and maybe your fingers like brush his gently, and then we cut back to your face talking.
And I take off my jacket and I lay it down.
Right, and she just like shuts up, right?
Yeah. Then I roll my sleeves up, pull the shirt over my head, lay it down. All of this like very like methodically, you know, it's ritual. It's a thing I do.
And does this affect this affects Ferris and
this affects everyone in this room.
Okay,
everyone
so
in this
you're
room
all
can
just
do
like
everyone in this room can do nothing but look at me, basically.
right.
And I pick the knife back up now that there's like this moment of silence, like hoping that it'll start her talking.
Yeah.
And I say, you are going to become a large part, an important juncture, an important piece in the grand design at hand. and then I like go to work. Like
Okay.
it's starts slowly. I don't know how much of this you want me to
So
get into.
here's the thing. I think you
but-
go. I have a couple of moves I want you to make, but you go in to begin with the like first cut. She can't do anything but like stare helplessly at your tattoos or at your scars while you do this. And we cut over to, we just see you like move in, and then we cut to a still shot of Trench's face and the reflective surface of his goggles, and we can see you like working, and the sounds of like the blades cutting skin, and he just, all we hear is him say quietly like, magnificent. And I need you to do a couple of things. So this is something that's not new, or it's new to you, because normally you use the person's like desire to be changed as part of your your shtick.
My work,
So I think you need to act under fire. I think you need to roll plus cool here first.
Sure.
And the fire is even like buried under the hypnosis of your personal Skinner magic. Some survival part, some lizard brain part of Scab is screaming to get out of here.
Yeah. I mean,
and that you're acting under fire
I get
from that.
Yep. Oh.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing, and you can make your art, but I think that as this progresses,
Dave, were you gonna say something there?
Yeah, I was going to say that I want to help in the situation.
okay, yeah, you could bring it up to a 7. So yeah, go ahead. And how are you helping?
I think, like, kind of surreptitiously, I maybe like change, or like maybe there's an air filter in here that I kind of like set going, and it's pumping out like very low level like calming pheromones, or like emotional like dampeners or something, some sort of chemical.
It's putting everybody in, everybody except Trench, I guess, because he's got his mask on, into like
Yeah.
kind of a weird like trance state that helps you focus.
Which is perfect, because like we're the ones who are like super intense about this at the moment, as well as
It's just Ativan or something, some kind of sedative.
Yeah.
yeah. So you roll plus that hex that you have with the
With that
person you're
person,
trying to
yeah.
help. Right. Okay. Hope I can help.
You
Nice.
can.
All right, so it goes up to a 7. So it's hard choice. So here's the thing. Okay, so normally the kinds of things that you can find to improve on a person, you find them, here, in terms
Yeah.
of the stratum of their physicality, right? But you start to dig, and you don't find anything worth keeping on this stratum, and you have to go like deeper and deeper and cut away more and more of Scab before you find anything that needs to stay. This project requires more like work than maybe you anticipated. Now you can stop, you can give up, you can say there's I can't do this, or you can push through, but what's left is going to be a mess. It'll be beautiful, but it'll be maybe less human even than Trench is. Like her true self is buried deep.
You can't stop a piece halfway through. Like,
Okay.
that's not that she would never do it. So
So rather than going into the details,
Yes.
I think the last thing that we see before we cut away is like you're working. We see your face kind of focused, and you reach out and grab something, and you lean behind you, and what you think is like you're placing it in like a tray on a table or something, but we see Nipperkin's hands again holding this like metal tray, and you just drop like one of Scab's hands into it, like her arm from like here out. You just thunk, drop it into the tray, and then we cut to, I guess, the credits probably.
I
actually want you to make your art move, because you're gonna do it. So you're doing
artful
it.
and gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah. There, I get one.
Okay,
One
so-
person in this room that I can do an artful and gracious.
Who
demand.
who is it? And you
It
can
has,
count.
it has to be an NPC.
Okay, so it's Nipperkin, Trench, or I guess Scab again.
Yeah.
Even though you're not aware of Nipperkin, Nipperkin is part of the psychic thing
I
around
know.
you.
I mean, I figured he would be involved. I'm just looking at my choices here.
Okay.
Just while you choose to add to the imagery of the scene, I think there's a point where like we get that one shot of Trench and like the amazing or whatever it was he said.
Magnificent, yeah.
Magnificent, and we get everybody's shots, and it's like your tattoos. These are the first. Sorry, your scars. These are maybe the first time I've seen them.
Mm.
And while they're like arcane symbols to you, I see like circuitry, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the way I thought about it was like some kind of pattern from the maelstrom, you know, like
Mhm.
coming from her through inspiration, which is why she doesn't do what's requested. But this is just thoughts that I had.
Yeah, I like
So I want Nipperkin, and I want this person must have my services.
that. Excellent. It's perfect.
Also, I just want to add like
Mhm.
image wise, because it's kind of horrible, obviously.
Mm.
But this is the work not of a surgeon. This is the work not of a doctor. This is the work of an artist.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to make sure that it's that like likened to painting or sculpting rather than to like doctor.
Yeah,
thing.
definitely. I'm envisioning, and the language I've been trying to use so far has been like sculpting.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Carving away that which no longer needs to be, so that you can release the like things that are left that are beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay. Well, let's do hex, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's the episode.
Damn.
Sorry to give you that at the end. Jesus.
That's awesome.
Don't
So many
worry.
things.
If you gave me another scene, it would be worse.
Well, there's always next time.
Oh god.
Tune in next time.
Cool. All right. Well, I think again it's going to be a pretty clear
yeah.
trade-off. Yeah. Heron, does Ferris know you better?
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll pop you up to +3. I have everyone at +3 again. Good job, me.
Joke's on you, Dave. I'm giving Ferris a -1 because the person that Tynant is now is going to be.
That's good. That's really good. So Ferris, you've lost Tynant.
That's fine.
It'll make for a good reintroduction later when the two of you end up meeting again. Okay, cool. Ferris.
Yeah, I think it's fairly simple. I think it's a +1 for Heron.
Yeah.
Seeing my appreciation and enthusiasm for her work.
Yay.
Yep. Brace.
I mean, it's obviously Tynant for Brace, but I think it's funny that the reason that I had Hex in the first place was because Tynant evidently dislikes and distrusts me.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time
ago. It was another world.
Mm.
Well, good work, everybody. That was a good episode.
Sure was.
It was intense. We're doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
like I mentioned,
I feel drained now.
like I mentioned in the beginning, it's like, you know, when you're playing with people, and I think that honestly, like I think a lot of what went into making episodes like this possible is that, you know, we're able to, if it feels like too much or too hard, we can be like, oh, shit, let's put the brakes on for a second.
At any point, tell me to stop. Like,
well, and I think that's the thing, right? Is that because that's there, because we know that we don't have to worry about constantly wondering. We can just do the thing, and if somebody's like, "Whoa, hold on a second," then that's possible. So good work, everybody.
Yeah. I'm glad that it was only Junior already being dead. If she was going to get taken in for like anything, I was like, nope, I was ready for that.
yeah.
What was going to feel real well for me. But we can do that. We've been very good at it, and we've talked about stuff in between sessions. Just
Exactly.
Yeah,
clarify for people.
yeah, totally.
Since we have an audience, and we want to encourage like that good social standard.
We want compelling viewing, but we don't want to make each other uncomfortable.
Yeah, chat will make you uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
you can just leave, I guess, if you don't
guys
feel good about
You
it.
can just get out of here. Anyway.
Cool. All right. Well, let's say our goodbyes for this week, and I've got lots of notes for my GM prep next week, so just Lots and lots of things. Why don't we start with you, Elf?
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. Whoa, wait. I gotta get all intense.
It's okay to not.
I always want to though, but with Heron, I don't even know what I would say. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm the Ghost of Dice, and also this new creepy person, Distracted Elf. Yeah, that's the creepy person, me. But twitch.tv/distracted elf. I play a lot of strategy games and I do tabletop stuff all over the place elsewhere, as well as on my own channel on Mondays, the Blades in the Dark game that Andrew is also in that. So yeah, you can come see them there too. So that's on Monday evenings, and I do a bunch of other stuff on other people's channels, or I will be, I don't know, stuff as well as stuff on my own during the day. Come find me. I'm fun, I think.
I think you're fun too. Ken confirm.
I
Need a second opinion about Elf? Also fun.
I talk about characters and roleplay a lot, and stuff like that, and LARP. God, I hate that there's so many similarities between Heron and like my most favoriteest LARP character. It's really bad. It's really bad. I shouldn't have made those connections. Anyway.
Awesome.
Somebody else take it.
All right, Andrew.
That's me. I am just now recovering my voice from being like horrifically sick. As I have realized is a yearly tradition for me. Every year around Christmas and New Year's, I am like cripplingly sick for one of those 2 days. This year it was my birthday, Christmas. Anyways, when my voice recovers, I will be streaming over on twitch.tv/actualfactual. And I do this show and some other shows, and you can follow me on Twitter @CommutingCrow to keep tabs on all the stuff I'm doing. And I have a Patreon, and you can support me there. And I just wanted to say thanks to everyone that is doing so. I really appreciate it. And it helps me make the time to do all this stuff, which I really love doing. So thank you all very much.
Yeah. Sweet. Dave.
Hi everybody. I had a lot of fun today. Thank you as well, chat. You're keeping things very interesting in a different vein. But for my personal stuff, you can follow me on Twitter @Dave_the_human. There's like a theme going on now of, that being a not real thing. Anyway, am I playing I am playing a human character in the other thing.
Why would you feel the need to say it if it were true?
Yeah.
I'm definitely a human. Definitely playing humans.
I don't think I'm allowed to choose Warforged as a playbook.
I don't
No.
Playbook? Whatever. You know what I mean? The D&D thing. I was making a reference.
Whatever
to the
D&D has instead of playbooks.
Yeah, the other show that we do on Thursday. But apart from that, I am also streaming now on Twitch TV/Orath, AUWRATH. I almost forgot how to spell that. Looking forward to it being a new year because I've written up like a schedule and shit. My ISP and be like, stop throttling me, you rascals, except a worse word, but I'll probably use that word for them because otherwise they'll be less inclined to help me do the thing. Anyway, hopefully you'll be interested in seeing some of that. We're going to start adding on. I've only ever streamed games before, but I like to move into analysis and like design work stuff space, so we might be doing some creative streams as well, so that should be fun.
Sweet deal. Blue Jay?
I'm Blue Jay. I'm a streamer. I stream games. I play games on my channel, twitch.tv/BlueJay, and I post embarrassing pictures of my youth on twitter.com/
It's very true. That's a true statement.
And that's the thing. Oh, and I also play games on twitch.tv/misclicks on Wednesday nights with Trista Ray as my DM, and she's great. And I didn't etc. you, Trist. So yeah.
I also play games with Trist. I'm sorry, Trist. I have a lot of other stuff on my mind. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yep. Everybody can agree, Trist, you're great. Cool. All right. Well, this has been Apocalypse World. If you have not seen all of the other episodes, they're available for your viewing pleasure on YouTube. I also, as I've mentioned, do a 30-minute to an hour of prep for this every week. So if you're looking to play Apocalypse World yourself on Roll20, you want to see how I do it, you can tune in for those or check them out on the playlist on YouTube. And otherwise, you can catch us here Thursdays and Fridays at 11 o'clock Pacific, where we play D&D and Apocalypse World. So that's it. Everybody go do something pleasant for your brain that isn't listening to us talk about characters getting mutilated. It'll be good for you. I, however, am going to play Bloodborne later, so
Yeah, you're gonna keep getting mutilated.
it's just getting worse for me. So you can check that out if you like, twitch.tv/Adam Coble. But we'll be back next week, same time. So see you then, my friends. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.